Mutombo analyzing his dreams. Meanwhile, Akeem, the dream, and the Rockets had a nightmare as the Suns pull one of the great comebacks in playoff history. Speaking of Suns, you will see something very strange about the solar eclipse. And you'll see why the Bulls' trip to New York left them not only homesick, but also seasick in this edition of Rewind. Hey, Vernon Maxwell, will you please get out of my face? I'm trying to see Rewind. Saturday, Denver came into Seattle's house for Game 5 and made themselves right at home. They stunned the Sonics and made Dikembe's dreams come true.
One of the great upsets in NBA playoff history.
I dreamed that the game went overtime. So I wake up in the morning, I told myself, I said, that was not the same dream that I repeat again tonight or not.
Sunday! How do you spell NBA commissioner? Not that way, but Hawk fans can spell Mookie, and he hits this prayer as Atlanta beats the Heat. Oh! Charles Oakley handles the rebound. Anthony Mason handles the celebrating as the Knicks beat the Bulls in Game 1. Monday, Akeem Olajuwon blocked nearly 4 shots a game this year and was named Amway Nutrilite Defensive Player of the Year. The Bulls rode the Staten Island Ferry, but Horace Grant was a little queasy.
My body don't agree with both.
No?
No, not at all.
Tuesday, it's safer riding a boat than riding a bike because this hit is going right into the guy's head. Later, that man watched the solar eclipse and hallucinated and saw, guess who? Marv Albert. Wednesday, Rush Limbaugh was at the Rocket game, but there's nothing conservative about this jam by Turbo the mascot. The Rockets could have used him down the stretch as they blew a 20-point lead to Phoenix and lost in overtime. It's tied at 108.
The biggest collapse in NBA playoff history.
When Akeem got it, we were all over him like that cheap suit you got.
Thursday, the Charlotte Hornets' Dale Curry wins the Miller Genuine Draft NBA Six-Man Award with shots just like that. But the Pacers couldn't get their shots to fall as they lost Game 2. This sums it up as Dale Davis comes up empty. Indiana scored a playoff record low 69 points.
Rebound Lang, 0 for 5.
Nothing distracts Hubie Brown from a playoff game. I mean nothing. Finally, Phil Jackson is known for doing things differently. So on the Bulls' day off, he took them on that boat ride to the Statue of Liberty. It was educational, especially for Horace Grant, my man. Believe it or not, G-Man said he didn't realize the Statue of Liberty was a woman. He does, however, know who's buried in Grant's tomb and says they're not related. But for Horace, one of the most rewarding things of all about the ride was that he didn't throw up. Back with more stuff right after this.
Rewind is brought to you by the people at Nike, who encourage you to just do it.
I want to go out there and test it, you know. The money don't mean anything to me. You know, I can go out there and play for free.
The thing is, he get them 2 rings. That's what it is. That's what it is. If he had them 2 rings, it'd be...
So they can't do nothing to him now.
Right. Boy, he had them rings. He was like...
No, the rings don't mean anything, really.
Oh, those rings don't mean nothing?
They're just part of history.
Can I have one?
No.
The designers of
History.
Can I have one?
No.
feels like.
In the 1985 NBA draft goes to the Golden State Warriors.
Yeah, I really didn't get nervous until it got down to the last 3.
The 3rd pick goes...
Boy, I started sweating. I said, you know, my God, we got a chance.
I was like, let it be New York.
The 2nd pick in the 1985 NBA draft goes to the Indiana...
I think I broke my hand on the desk and said, we got him.
That day was a turning point for the franchise. Patrick became a superstar and made the Knicks title contenders. But in their quest for the championship, they keep running into a familiar obstacle, the Chicago Bulls.
Now, these two rivals are meeting in the playoffs for the 5th time in 6 years, and they have had some wars. It's always hard fought and exciting, and so far it's always had the same result. The Bulls have won every time. What's this about being arch enemies? Everybody's smiling and happy. There's no hard feelings, right, Bill?
It's not personal for us. It's not personal for us to go out and beat the Knicks.
But don't let anyone fool you. The Knicks and the Bulls have the league's most intense rivalry.
This is not just any other ball game, you know. This is a war.
Blocked big by Scotty Williams.
The last 3 years they put us out of the playoffs, and especially the last two are very tough, hard-fought series, and it's fitting that we play them once again.
This is a rivalry more so than the Bulls and the Pistons had.
Before Chicago could win a title, they had to learn how to beat Detroit. In fact, every NBA champion seems to have their own mountain to climb.
The whole thing doesn't come to a successful ending unless you win championships. Detroit was able to do that. After beating Boston, they were able to carry it on and win championships. And after we beat Detroit, we were able to carry it on and win championships as well.
And the Bulls win it! The Bulls three-peat!
I like being in the position of being the champs and being chased. You know, as a challenger, they look forward to the opportunity of beating us. They don't want to go around us or have another team to knock us out. They want to be the one to say that, you know, they beat the Bulls.
You know, all we want is what they have. That's what championship teams are about. They got to take on all comers.
The Knicks have been coming on strong for 3 years and feel they're finally ready to knock off the champs.
Here's Starks ahead of the field. They are going wild here at Madison Square Garden.
You can't ask for a better opponent in the second round. We want to be the team to go out and eliminate them in the playoffs.
When you are considered the best and then the next in line wants to take what you have, then naturally you got to elevate your game so that he doesn't get it. I'm pretty sure the guys still feel that way. They've earned what they have gotten, and I don't think they just want to give it up.
Pat Riley says people seem to think the Knicks are entitled to win because they paid their dues the last 3 years. He says it doesn't work that way, and they'll have to work harder than ever to beat Chicago. Now, when you talk about turning points in this organization, you got to also include Dave Checketts, Ernie Grunfeld, and Pat Riley as coach, who has really been coaching his you-know-what off this year.
That's right. One of the things that I think makes this rivalry so interesting is all the subplots. You know, the Knicks really want to prove they can beat the Bulls. The Bulls really want to prove that they can win one without Michael. And it's also their last hurrah in Chicago Stadium.
And I think the championship would not be as good for the Knicks if they didn't go through Chicago to get it. Now, you'll see the Knicks and the Bulls again in our next segment, including jams by Patrick Ewing and Scottie Pippen. The music is from Wells, a song called Out of Control, and here it is in Jam Session.
My style, you seek it. One day I was on the court, giving it up, taking up short. You tried to play me 1-on-1, but like AJ, I get the job done. See, I was a rookie. Nah, who's getting pushy? Straight to the heart. A little something like Carmelo. Don't sleep 'cause I'm coming from the bottom. Time for a ring rock, kinda like MJ. Is going Mike and Wheatley. A little sweet scoop shot, man of God. Behind the back to Kevin Willis.
I'm a gracious host.
Michael Jordan was in his basketball prime.
2 years ago, he was in his prime, too.
Well, it was
3 years ago, he was in
a
his prime.
long prime, and last year he was leading the Bulls to their third straight title. Today, instead of hitting jump shots, he's trying to hit curveballs as a minor leaguer with the Birmingham Barons.
I love that swing you have. Wonderful swing. Is there a Z League? Anyway, the Southern League is a long way from the NBA. For example, Air Jordan now travels by bus, even though it's a nice bus, which he bought for the team. But he's happy in his new career, and he's not looking back. He is perhaps the greatest basketball player the game has ever seen. But these days, Michael Jordan is working hard to master a new game. He's trying to speak softly and carry a big stick.
This has been a fulfillment of my dream, and you know, I can't ask for anything more than just an opportunity. And you know, if I never make it up to the big leagues, then you know, I never do.
Michael is batting around .250 for the White Sox AA farm team, and he's been a huge hit with fans and merchants in Birmingham.
Woo! We're rich! Everybody wants to know, what have you got with Michael on it? Have you got any cards with Michael on it? Have you got any hats with Michael on it? Have you got anything signed by Michael? He brings more people out to the ball game. More money in Birmingham. He's the man. See, the crowd is just for him all the way. I don't care where they're playing. Michael is the person that you want to see.
The people here in Birmingham have treated me very, very nicely, and most people in most cities that I go to are happy to see me there, but they forget that I'm there playing baseball. They think I'm, there to do autographs and take pictures or whatever. And I have to constantly remind them that, hey, I'm still, trying to achieve something here.
Love is just like a baseball game. 3 strikes, you're out.
While he's just trying to be one of the guys, it's obvious he's looked at differently, even by opponents.
I just come out of the locker room, I was like, man, I got to get Michael Jordan's autograph before I leave town. So I went out there and got my bat signed. So definitely put it in my trophy case.
But he still has thoughts of the sport he left behind.
Yeah, I still follow it. I'm rooting for Chicago by far. If they don't win, if something happens, I like to see Patrick and Charles. We have 3, and I'd like to at least see them get 1 before they leave.
I have an update, something I want to announce right here on Inside Stuff because it's that kind of show, an exclusive. Michael Jordan is coming back. Told me that last night.
Yeah?
Back to Birmingham. See, they were playing in Jacksonville. Now they open a homestand in Birmingham.
You know what they call that,
week.
don't you?
What?
Being a tease.
That wasn't a tease. I told the truth. He's coming back to play more baseball. That's our show for today. We'll be back next week, and this is what you'll see. After his near-fatal car crash, Bobby Hurley is spreading the word about the importance of seatbelts. And I'll talk to a Knick who wears many hats, especially his hard hat, Charles Oakley.
I'm not one of the elite players in this league, but I go all out, all the time, every night on the floor.
Before we go, we'd just like to congratulate the new members of the Hall of Fame, Buddy Jeanette, Denny Crum, Cesare Rubini, Carol Blazejowski, a great player who now works for the NBA, and a man who's won 2 NBA titles plus an Olympic gold medal. He is the Nets coach, Chuck Daly.
And congratulations to all of them. And see you next week, everybody.
So now, I was just kidding about Michael coming back.
Really?
You realize that?